3,047 F&B businesses shut down in 2024 in Singapore. Even the big players are suffering. Listed restaurants group like Soup Holdings, Sunlock Restaurants, and Japan Food Holdings have all posted losses for 2024. I would like to ask you, Ben, what do you think about this number?
For the last 7 to 8 months, why is suddenly the market getting quiet? Where are all the people?
Ben Yeo is a Singaporean public figure who debuted as a model and eventually started acting in mediacorp shows. He was always passionate about cooking, hence eventually ventured into F&B. But recently, one shocking news made the headlines. Ben Yeo shutting fancy Chinese restaurant after suffering $1 million loss over 2 years. The restaurant you closed down made the headlines. I think a lot of us are curious that why you opened that Little India. Because the concept doesn't seem to match. You're selling Chinese hot pot.
Economic crisis, you can't actually foresee when it's coming. Heavy lesson learned.
What really happened? And despite the tough F&B scene in Singapore, why does he continue to do what he is doing? Let's welcome today's guest.
Hello.
Hi, Ben.
Long time no see.
So Ben, I want this podcast to be honest, real, and straightforward.
Oh,
And
it's okay, it's
straightforward,
okay.
yeah.
Whatever I can tell you, I will tell you, okay?
Thank
Whatever
you
I
so
can
much.
share, I will share.
Got it.
Whatever I can't, I will just look at you.
Were you shocked about the sheer amount of attention you got after releasing the news that your F&B is closing down?
Wow, that's a very first serious question.
Because if I'm correct, all the big media reported
Right,
on
right.
Straits
Yeah.
Times. Oh, how did it feel for you?
Wow, I think at first I was quite overwhelmed. I was quite shocked that so many media that they are interested in this news.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, I announced it because I want all my customers to know that when is our last day.
That
And
was the
hope-
intention.
Yeah, and because I don't want them to go and then why suddenly the restaurant is gone?
So in a way, it was a success for you because you got so much attention. They know the final operating date.
Success in the wrong way. I should say. Yeah, but I mean, like, I'm still glad that all medias that they are interested in my news because, like, we all know there's a report about last year closure of all the F&B businesses
Yes, it
in
was.
Singapore.
It's a lot.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's 3,079 outlets and restaurants of F&B businesses. I think you have the.
I actually have the number. 3,047 F&B businesses shut down in 2024.
Yeah, and this is like the most.
It's the highest number since 2005.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it got so much attention because obviously you're
I'm one of them.
you're one of them and you're a prominent figure. So
Yeah.
I would like to ask you about what's next for you. What's next for Ben
Right.
Yeo and your restaurant closure and just the general F&B scene in Singapore.
Right.
But before that, I would like to dive in a bit deeper to you yourself because I think your fame and celebrity status was it was a must. It was very crucial prior to starting your F&B.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, by the way, feel free to drink. We have lots of drink. And, I don't know if you know about our sake business.
Oh, now you got so many different.
We have all the Singapore
Wow,
series. There's
Huat
Durian,
Wow.
Guada, Dragon Playground. Hold on.
But
I think I need some
you want to
bottles.
make me drunk, right? Then I can speak even like more.
How did you know? That's the intention.
Wow.
So we have these two bottles open, the pineapple, Guada label, and the Dragon Playground.
Wow.
So I think, do you like fruity or more smooth or sweet?
I'm a very lady taste bud.
Lady taste bud. I'll let you try the Dragon Playground.
Enough.
Are you sure?
Enough.
It's getting serum.
No. I can't drink.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, kanpai. Oh, this is very smooth. You made here?
I know it's from Akita. We collaborate with a brewery in Akita, and we make this special Singapore label to make it more relatable among Singaporeans.
It's very good.
Exciting news, we just launched our flagship online store. You can still purchase from our Shopee page, but the flagship store has even better loyalty programs, and we are currently doing 10% off all item sale until 13 April. We hardly do sales like this, so do utilize this opportunity.
Now I feel like we can get a more real talk. Are you ready, Ben?
Even without this, I can give you the real thing.
Ben, you started your career as a model. When's the timing you felt like you made it?
I shouldn't say I made it already.
Right.
I should say I feel the real start of my career actually kicked off in 2020. Yeah.
That's very recent.
Yeah. COVID came in 2020. Back then, everybody don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And it was locked down. So then I'm thinking like, why not I just do my Facebook Live cooking sharing session. I never think so much. I just do because nothing to do. So when I do it again, the second time, the whole thing boom.
I think what makes you unique among other MediaCorp artists is that your background is a chef.
Yes.
You cook.
Yeah.
Next, I would like to talk about the media landscape in Singapore. Can local actors make a living just from acting?
Depends on what kind of living you are saying.
I think just the basic, like a HDB, no car, just a basic humble
Sure,
Singaporean life.
why not? Why not?
Okay. I'm asking this question because your news kind of blew up on the internet, right? You're closing down the restaurant, spending this amount of cost and renovation.
Right.
I was reading a Reddit forum. Some people pointed out that he or she was astonished that local actors, they have so much money to spend on renovation.
For this question, right, actually a lot of people mistaken. For Tan Xiang Yuan, right, not only me alone, I got a few partners. So everybody share the whole startup.
We'll get to that later on. So in Japan, a lot of celebrities, they are trying to shift towards YouTube because just like I said, TV is shrinking. The market is shrinking. They cannot make a living just from TV. So they are making their YouTube channels.
Right.
Some successful, actually I would say most not. I noticed I don't really see this in the Singapore market. TV celebrities, they pretty much stick to TV. They don't make their YouTube channel. Why do you think that's the case?
I've been doing YouTube channel also.
Yeah.
So please come and support
What's it
my
called?
YouTube channel.
Ben's Kitchen?
Ben Yeo's Kitchen.
Ben Yeo's
It's always
Kitchen.
the same branding. My YouTube channel is very far from you. As an artist, YouTube is a different game.
Yes.
Doesn't mean that you are someone famous, your channel in YouTube will as good as what you are doing right now. Because it's a different world and the algorithm is different.
If you're a TV actor, you don't have to think about the algorithm. You just have to put the most effort in the acting or in the production of the show. But YouTube, you got to think about the title, the thumbnail. Those two are very important. So it's really like a different game.
Different ball game, So it's totally a different ball game. To be frank, I'm not working very hard. That's why I think it's not doing well. So I think it's an effort. It's how much effort you have to put in because everybody is like so busy with the showpiece. Because like for example, if we got a project, for example a drama. One drama is about 3 months, thereabout, the production timing.
Everyday shoot?
Depends. Lead role, yes, almost every day. You are fully occupied by then. So you don't really have a time to go and do more things.
Would you say partnering with McDonald's during COVID? That was the Hainanese crispy chicken burger, right?
Right.
Would you say that was like one of your biggest feats or biggest collabs you had in your career?
Yeah, that is like one of the biggest collaboration in my showbiz.
Wow. Was the money good?
It's decent, but it's not what people think.
I think many people think you're a billionaire by now.
A lot of people thought that after the far from there.
But I'm sure it was a reason.
It's okay, but that's why I say it's not about the money.
What's the most important thing when an influencer starts his own F&B?
Most importantly, because I'm not only the face, I also involve very heavily in the business. I still go down to serve my customers. When you are not very involved with the business, somehow I think as an artist, it might be not the correct way of doing business.
It's very simple, but people who start their F&B, they stop being involved. I mean, you're a celebrity, right? But you still go to the restaurant, interact with your customers. I think not all, not all do that.
Many people only see like, the bright side, the glamorous side.
This guy renovated, spent $1 million on renovation.
The glamorous side. But when the customers scold me, they didn't get to see I'm being scolded by
They scold you?
Yes, I'm being scolded by a customer before.
Okay, so I think we're ready to talk about the juicy subject. But before that, I would like to highlight some statistics. I have some interesting statistics. 3,047 F&B businesses shut down in 2024 in Singapore.
Yeah.
And that's the highest number since 2005. And even Michelin awarded restaurants closed, like
Right.
Benny, Sushi Kimura, Tippling Club, and so on. What surprised me is even the big players are suffering. Listed restaurants group like Soup Holdings, Tung Lok Restaurants, and Japan Food Holdings have all posted losses for 2024. So I would like to ask you, Ben, what do you think about this number as a person who's actually involved in the business?
Actually, I'm one of them that closed one of the outlet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But have to let all your audiences know that only Tan Xiang Yuan closed. Tan Xiang Yu Tolu, the charcoal fish steamboat, is still around and still healthy. Okay, please come and support us. Yeah, there's 3 different outlets.
Yeah.
One in Woodlands, one in Kallang, and one in
right.
Chai Chee. We all felt that for the past 7 to 8 months, you can feel that why is suddenly the market getting quiet?
Not just you, other restaurants.
It's like everyone. So we are thinking like, where are all the people go? Where are all the people?
What do you think is the reason that customers are not?
To be frank, nobody know. Nobody can tell the reason. Maybe there's a lot of retrenchment, or
Okay.
people don't want to spend as much. You never know. Or maybe people travel.
As a consumer, I feel like I spend less in restaurants in Singapore. I instead spend overseas, like at Bangkok, Malaysia, Japan. I'm from Japan.
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks to the cheap yen, I feel like a king, you know. Because Singapore is just so easy to travel. Go to the airport, it's only like 20 minutes, 30-minute grab ride, and you can take 1 hour to go to KL. It's so easy to travel. And I also noticed, I think the cost of living is really increasing. Also restaurants. So that's
Right.
probably hitting hard. I was having lunch with my wifey, and we had a tiramisu.
Right.
The cost was $18.
Oh. Okay.
So, I mean, we don't mind paying if it's good and if it's the amount is good.
So
right?
is it good?
It's good, but the problem was it was this small. Side of like whipped cream or like an ice cream.
Right.
But it was very small. So
Right.
I wouldn't even say atas. It's like a normal Italian. Mid-range Italian.
Okay.
So I understand why a lot of people in Singapore they want to spend less maybe.
Okay, to me, I think the biggest challenge is there are more and more F&B businesses happening in Singapore.
Right.
So Singaporeans are being spoiled by the choices, and our population is not that huge.
I understand. The competition is
Very great. It's like oversupplied.
Yeah. So because
But-
even those 3,000 F&B businesses shut
Close.
down in 2024,
Yeah.
around the same number or even more is
Even
opening.
more. So eventually, there's not less. It become more.
Do you think Singaporean customers are difficult to satisfy? I think the percentage of foodies in Singapore is extremely high.
Yes.
I'm from Japan. People think Japanese love eating. I mean, there's good food, right? I mean, we do love eating, but the percentage of foodie, like people who live for food, isn't that high compared to Singapore.
Okay.
Singapore, I talk to everyone, I talk to my viewers, my fans, they all talk about food. So I think that's one reason what makes F&B difficult in Singapore. Their standards are extremely high. They will write on Google review,
Google
bad
review,
review
yes,
if it's not good.
Only the complaints will be in the Google review.
Yeah.
The good ones, the good review usually very little.
True.
Yeah, when they like it, they saw me, they tell me, wow, your food is very good, fantastic.
That's true.
But they don't write in the Google review. But when there's complaints, they always come, private message me, write in the Google review. I think this is something that I think Singaporeans have to give all the F&B a pat on the shoulder. If really it's good, the service is good, the environment is good, the food is good, please Google review us. Give us good reviews. Make our staff, our chef feel good. Yeah, to do even better.
So Ben, the restaurant you closed down made the headlines, right?
Right.
It was a high-end modern Chinese restaurant called Tan Xiang Yuan.
Yes.
It opened in November 2022 in a two-story conservation house in Dickinson Road.
It's actually the starting of Little India
The start,
trail,
okay.
the history trail. Yeah.
And you said your biggest mistake in running Tan Xiang Yuan was spending some $800,000 on renovations,
Yeah.
which made it difficult for the restaurant to turn a profit. I'm just going to read what you said to other media. Because the restaurant is housed in an old, conserved building, there were a lot of regulations to adhere to. Some of our renovations were not approved, so we had to redo them. It cost us a lot of money and a lot of the expenditure were unexpected. If we had spent less, we would probably still be operating. It's the startup investment that killed us. So I think a lot of us are curious that why you opened that Little India. Because the concept doesn't seem to match. You're selling Chinese hot pot, right? I mean, wasn't it obvious that the location might be problematic?
Because the history back then, that area actually is Chinese merchants living around that area. Yeah, so
Okay.
we're thinking of why not bring back the history? Then at the same time, because our neighbors are all Chinese food.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, like the coffee shop, that's the cha over there.
So you thought that there's a market lah.
I mean, just to make the whole street more vibrant, maybe like together.
But once you opened, like, was it like immediately that you noticed that, oh shoot, maybe we made the wrong decision to open here?
Actually, the first year was okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only the second year. But I think there's, other than what I have shared, another thing is, I think, is because of the economy. Like every economy, during the bad time, you always hit the top first.
True.
Then eventually you will hit the mid.
Top as in the price range of the food you're selling.
Yes. So
true.
this is something that you can't foresee. Economic crisis, you can't actually foresee how bad it will be or even when it's coming.
Even though the economy is bad, there are restaurants thriving, right? What's the difference, do you think?
They got deep pocket. Yeah. So, but of course, we don't have that deep pocket to sustain the business.
So why did you invest in such a huge renovation project that amounts to $1 million? Shouldn't businesses start small?
We actually don't want to. Actually, it's our inexperience because we never know that historical building is like so many things that we have to take note of.
Can you give me an example?
Like for example, you can't change the facade. Cannot add this. You cannot add that. You cannot take away this. You cannot take away that. Yeah, a lot of things. Heavy lesson learned.
200K become 800K.
I should put it 300K, not
300K.
not
Okay.
200. 200 is a bit
Wow.
low.
So it's 500K more than your initial thought, right? A lot of the online netizens, they applaud your effort, because starting a business is not easy, and if people are not taking risks, we consumers, we don't get new stuff, we don't get good stuff, right? So we're glad you're doing all these challenges.
Right.
So I'm starting a udon business and it might be shifted to 2026. I was hoping.
Yeah, I tried, right? The one that you bring.
Yeah. I let you try my udon.
Yeah,
you gave me your honest opinion.
Yes.
What would it be your advice to someone like me?
First of all, you must know what target audience you want. And the target audience come from the price point. This one not come from me. This come from my business friend. They always advise me one thing. Location.
Then why did you open your restaurant at Little
Dixon,
India?
right? No, because there actually, like I say, because it's not very difficult to go there.
But no footfall, right?
Because this is a very good question because we got the confidence from Kallang. Because Kallang is really a
Really doing
zero footfall place. It's like nobody will go there because there's nothing. It's like a designated point.
Right. So
we are thinking like, compared to Kallang, this place is not a ulu place. Yeah, so we are like confident that so this place is so much easier to access.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's a bit of a sidetrack, but I'm seeing an increasing number of, I think locals call it cookie cutter malls. All the malls have the same type of tenant. Less individual restaurants, individual shops, more of the chains. And as a consumer, I feel a bit boring and unsatisfied because if I go all the way to, for example, Jurong, I want to see something I can only eat at Jurong. But instead I see the same shop. Even at hawker centers, they are starting to franchise. Right. So, do you think this is a minus to the food economy, or?
If you ask me whether is it a good thing or a bad thing, if my brand can go into every mall in Singapore, why not?
Yeah, true. I'm just wondering, is it that Singaporeans don't support small businesses? Maybe it's because small businesses cannot survive tough periods because of the high rentals and stuff. Big franchises and companies have they have the money to survive, right?
Right. Just for example, like an artist, no artist come out straight away become whoa so popular overnight.
Yeah.
It's not possible, right? During all this while, you need a lot of bullet to, which is the money to keep on sustain the whole journey.
Do you think the rental has gone up like crazy?
Singapore rental is always expensive.
How about for your like coffee shops and restaurants?
Every contract up, definitely they will increase.
How can small F&B survive in Singapore? Because I personally want to see more of them, and I'm starting my udon business.
There's no definite answer, seriously. If there is, I can tell you everybody can do a F&B business. I have this very deep thought about local F&B. The support must come from locally first.
Then how do we get the support from locals?
This one, I'm still searching for the answer. I really hope, I seriously hope Singapore, the local can support local more. That's something that we lack of, I think. Yeah, something that we really lack of.
Really?
Yeah.
Boost? Guzman Gomez?
Boost is from overseas?
Australia, yeah.
Oh!
You don't even know.
I didn't know. Guzman, I know, is not from Singapore.
Also Australia, I think. Yeah. I mean, so basically plenty of foreign F&B and Singaporeans support them instead of the local businesses.
For example, I can live until 80 years old.
Okay.
I still hope to see any hawker center I go, I still can have my Hokkien Mee, have my char kway teow, all the local delicacy in hawker center. But I'm afraid that I might not see it before I leave this place.
Why do you think you might not see it?
The younger generation don't want to continue to run the business.
Do you know local food called Walkway?
Walkway.
Something like that, right?
Yes.
That's one example of a hawker food that's
I just talked about this walkway in my radio.
It did happen. Some food disappeared. I mean, they are disappearing.
Only like left 3 stores in Singapore, if I'm not wrong.
And Tau Kwa also.
The Tau Kwa pork.
Yeah, also disappearing.
Yeah, that one also disappearing. This is something that I feel like, will there be more? Which I find is quite sad, because it's like a local delicacy. It's a Singapore culture, right?
It's a difficult problem, isn't it? Because consumers, we don't think too much. We just want to eat what we want. And if there's good tacos, if there's good burgers, I will eat that rather than char kway teow.
So this is like, this is something that I feel, because I love my Singapore hawker food. I don't know about Japan. Do Japan have things like food disappearing?
Japan? No, I think Japan, of course there are some, but we definitely appreciate old things. We appreciate heritage, culture. I think the situation is a bit different from Singapore.
This is what I'm trying to say. Support local,
right?
So that the locals can survive, and this thing can keep on passing down, and we can host the foreigners when they come to Singapore.
It'll be a shocker when foreigners come to Singapore and they only see foreign stuff. But I like how in a way, your business is selling local food, right? Talking about this fish head steamboat, a lot of people mistaken. They thought it's like a hot pot, like the usual hot pot. Fish head steamboat is actually a local delicacy, a dish by itself. It's local.
Yes, it's founded in here.
Interesting.
There's some history about it. It's started off by the Teochews.
I really love your steamboat. It's very delicious, very thick. Can you deliver some right now?
I call first.
So what's next for Ben Yeo?
For this year, there will be actually quite an exciting year for me, because I hope I can build this brand even higher to the next level.
Awesome. Sounds exciting for you.
How about you?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'm starting a family, so that will be number one, because they grow up really quickly, right? I want to watch them grow.
You want to watch them see it. We want to watch them walk the first day.
Yes. So that'll be my first priority, and of course making good videos, experimenting. When we grow, we stop experimenting. We start to live in the comfort zone. So that's why I'm starting this series. It's a podcast. So trying to experiment something. I know not everything will do well.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
if I do 10 new things, maybe one or two will hit off, and
Exactly.
that's very important. Same with F&B, right?
Yeah, that's why a lot of
Yeah.
people like he opened so many many F&B brands. In the end, this one closed, that one closed. But it's like what you say. If
Yeah.
I keep staying in the comfort zone, I will not grow. I mean, like if you think you are comfortable enough, then it's up to you, because
true.
you living for yourself, and you
For
are
sure.
the one that plan your pace, right?
All the best.
Thank you.
I can't wait to visit your restaurants again.
Anytime.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.